Is it visible?
Yes.
Yes, sir.
I don't know. How do I share the? Okay. So this is hey Vivekji, Pratapji has joined.
No, sir. He's not receiving the call. Now he
Uh,
joins.
okay. So Pratapji had sent one basic profile. Okay. Now we'll compare both profiles. How you need to put. Let me open the other profile which he had sent. So, but it's good that he is taking action. So Pratapji is there. So now, yeah. So this is how his profile was, um, where he has basically told us about his name, email, and mobile number. That is more than enough. Okay, more than enough. Nobody wants to know from where you are coming and all. Don't give unnecessary data. It is not required. They are least bothered. Okay. First of all, let us start recording. I hope it is recording.
Anupji.
Anupji and Ankurji are recording.
Yes, sir.
It is recording. Okay. So in a profile, you just make it a basic Word file. Okay. Word file is what we need. And sometimes if you add a photo over here, it adds lot value. Add a nice photo of yours, something like how Chetanji has. Very, very important. You can have your, I'm saying in this area, you can have a photo. Okay. Very, very important. So sometimes your face value also would be appreciated. By looking at your face, they may get an idea, okay, this guy is nice. Okay, so let me just rotate my screen. Yeah, horizontally so that it's more visible. Okay, so this is how it was, where he is saying career objective to obtain a challenging career in my area of interest and to add value to the company through my professional skills. Okay. Now, what happens is they're least bothered about your career objective. Nobody is so passionate about you to understand, okay, you have a career objective. That days is gone. Okay. This section can be deleted forever from the profiles. Because I am also a recruiter for career services. I don't even look at that. All that I'm looking at is how many years of experience. And I'm least bothered in which school, which college you came. I'm least bothered. For experienced people, I'm saying. Okay. So take a look at what we did for career objective now. Let me switch to the other profile. Where is that? Oh God. Mm, oh God. I can open only one Word file, I think. Let me just check. Mm, yeah, I think I can open only one at a time because I'm doing it on my mobile. So I'm just opening this again. So this is not required. Okay. Career objective. And again, strengths. Strengths is something nobody would look at. Okay. Um, you may write anything, right? How do I gauge that you have a hardworking and committed person? No. Within one interview, I cannot know what you are. Okay. And willing to change for new environment and all. They try to brag of people, but it's very difficult to know who you are. So comfortable to work in this, I would say, is okay. It's not mandatory. It's okay. Again, going to vacation, these are some things. The lesser said is better. Okay, I think this percentage. If I say, okay, is 56% or a guy, this guy is not so studious, I'll get an opinion. Okay, and if you're coming from diploma, I would not add that. I would just say I'm a bachelor of engineering and I'm pursuing. But in this case, since it's technician, usually the entry level is diploma only. You can have it. So this is the present status of a resume. Now he has put employer as iCard Solutions Technical Support Engineer, June 18 to December 2018. So what does it indicate? It is just 6 months experience. Okay. Try to work with the previous supplier to see if we can add more experience. Okay. Never try to show a gap in between. Okay. Here, if you see the roles, only install and configure the print applications, monitor and maintain the printer, troubleshooting, diagnosing and resolving the issue. But we should add more technical details, I would say, or here. Okay, the printer configuration was this was the model, all those things you can write because you are the best person who has worked on it. Now, technical knowledge, here you can differentiate between hardware and software. So here, Microsoft Office is more on software side. Okay, TCP, IP, OS is all on software. And the rest all are, I would say, these are all hardware. So you need to divide it. Now, if you see over here, all of a sudden it comes to electronics technician, 1+ year of experience at VCare Electronics, right? So, of course, Pratapji did go to VCare, but as a client. There is a way to present yourself because the interviewer gets hardly 5 minutes to go through he may just review your 2 to 3 minutes, that's it. You have to put it in the right way. Again, don't keep changing the font italics. Here you are standing and here your italics. Don't confuse too much. Okay, keep one standard formatting. Okay, and again, if you see over here, responsible for analyzing the design of DC to DC, these are all some things that he did hands-on, but we have to present it correctly. Identify defects with various components and found suitable replacements. Okay, fine. Now, if you go over here, again, it goes to another project undertaken. Where was it undertaken? Not clear. Okay, so then whatever we put over here, you should be 100% confident about what it is. Each and every, I would say, mnemonics or this acronyms you should know. Okay, extracurricular activities is the last thing that I would put in my profile. Okay, they are least bothered. Participated in quiz. I was a basketball player. I was a cricket player. They are least bothered. Sorry to say. Okay, they are more focused on technology. Okay, they just want to see that you're a technologist. If you put something over here, I'm interested in robotics, I make some modules, that may be interesting. Sorry to say that, guys, that the industry is least bothered about your personal achievements and hobbies and interest. Father name, date of birth, single Indian, marital status, that and all you don't put. It's not required. It's outdated now. Okay. Ideally, I don't even look at this sector. Here, whatever you put, this is your digital address. This is what I would be more interested in. Okay. So having said that, now let's go and see how we have modified it, right? So this is one line you have to, or this is one way you update your resume. Now let us take a look at it. Now you see the profile summary. Instead of calling it as career objective, it has become a now qualified CCNA. Okay, certified hardware lab technician. Oh, CCNA itself is a brand by its name. When you have done it, highlight it with 2+ years of experience because you have completed your diploma 3 years back and you have worked with various organizations, bits and pieces. That's okay. You call yourself 2+. Don't call 1+. Call yourself 2+ because You have engaged from July 2018. July 2018 to July 2019 is 1 year. July 2019 to July 2020 is 2 years. Now 2 plus you have to put. So this 2 plus is what brings you lot of value, lot of respect. You are wanted. Positioning is very, very important, guys. Now 2 plus years of experience in what? When you're applying for a lab technician, you should put all those activities related to lab, emphasize that which you have done, so that it catches their eyes. They are least bothered whether you worked in some marketing thing and all. They don't want that. Have you put the right set of keywords? Now, if you're going for marketing, don't put all this. You put marketing, right? So as a recruiter, I'm telling my mindset, how it works. Now, again, hardware reworks, as I said, lab inventory management, very, very important. So go through these topics again and again and again. So it gives you a lot of confidence. Now, validation and characterization. So in the industry, different companies use different terminologies to refer to the activities. For example, some may say validation of a high-speed interface. Some may say characterization. Some say post-silicon validation. So it's better to put all those keywords, because ultimately how your resume is known to the recruiter is, every recruiter will have a BA or BCom graduates who are doing the sourcing of the resumes. Okay, so if you don't put the right keywords, your resume may not even be selected. Unfortunately, even though you know that technology, if you have not put the right keywords, you may miss opportunity to get an interview. Most of the time, your resume is doing all the magic. So it is very, very important to have a strong resume, and it should suit the profile that you are applying for. Very, very important. So you should have at least 10 different types of resumes. So for example, Ankurji is a hardcore DFT engineer mindset, but he has an IT engineer resume. Okay, so but you take the case of Pratapji, he is also a multi-talented person. He can do marketing, he can do lab technician, he can do networking. So depends on whichever domain he chooses. You have to put only those, because the recruiter sees only what he wants to see, not what you want him to see. Is it making sense, guys?
Yes, sir.
Yes, sir.
Yeah. In between, you can interrupt me if you have any questions. So qualified. What do you mean by qualified? He has already completed his diploma, is in the process of completing his engineering. I don't value degree, guys. Honestly speaking, I don't value any engineering degree, because I feel 98 to 99% of engineers who are coming out of the organizations are not fit for a job, including me. Even when I came out of my engineering, even I feel so, because our engineering institutes are not preparing the individuals for the job. They're just preparing for the exam. The guys mug up and come out. That's all. Some of our engineers don't even know how to measure an area. They don't even know how to measure an area. Forget about development, right? Area of a room, length of a room, breadth of a room. They don't have any idea. They don't know feet. They don't know meter. They don't know centimeter. I'm not trying to demean anybody. Okay. So I'm saying our education system has failed us, actually. So in our methodology, in our Artha methodology, we are trying to redefine it. Okay, so what we have said, hands-on experience, use the right set of keywords. For example, here a high-end oscilloscope is a keyword, measuring instruments is a keyword, and tier 1 semiconductor company is a keyword. So just this profile summary itself is sufficient to attract attention. Okay, it has attracted attention. Then comes the next step of, okay, what are the software skills that I have? Then again, you go on putting keywords. Okay, so yeah. So is it moving on your screen that I'm seeing, it is frozen. Is it frozen or
Yes,
it's moving?
it's frozen.
It's frozen, no?
Frozen.
Yes, sir.
So I'm seeing for some it is frozen. Or Ankurji, are you busy doing something? Because my son is sitting next to me. I'm seeing in his mobile it is frozen. Or maybe I need to log out and share. I don't know. Anupji, is it frozen? But for Ankurji, it is frozen. I don't know how. Mr. Ankurji, can you explain the phenomena?
Frozen. No, yes.
Okay, I think I need to log out and log in again. Just give me a second. I'll stop sharing and I will start sharing again. So it's good to have my son next to me so that I can. Okay. So is it visible now?
Yes.
Is it moving?
Yes.
Yeah. So developing high quality reports. So when we meet any lab technicians or validation engineers, their main task is to develop something. For example, Anupji and Pratapji had gone to survey. Surveying was one aspect. The next aspect was to do it on an Excel. Right, Anupji? So having a skill set on Excel, Word and PowerPoint, every tutorial is on YouTube. Daily one skill set you monitor, guys, in Excel, Word and PowerPoint. It will never let you down. People who are experienced with Excel, Word and PowerPoint, please mark it. For your life, you are going to use these, I would say, applications for your life. They should become your friends. There shouldn't be even a single feature that is there which you don't know. You should know how to calculate using Excel. You should know how to present your points in PowerPoint. You should know how to write documents. Okay. So now PCB schematics viewer using Adobe PDF viewer. Okay, so schematics, how the schematics looks like. You may want to find a component on the board. First, you need to know what is the component code word. That code word you are going to check on an Allegro. Okay, seems like I'm getting the call. Let me spam. Okay, so Allegro is very important. So you start downloading Allegro and some sample board files and sample schematic files. Pratapji,
Yes, sir.
it's an action item for you. Please download a sample schematic file, sample board file online and try to view it using Allegro Viewer. Allegro Viewer is a free tool available on the net. Okay, there may be some free tools for mobile also. I don't know. I'm not up to speed on that. Check if there is a board file viewer and some sample schematics. You say you take a sample schematic and you take a sample board file and you start viewing.
Okay, sir.
Then he knows how to install Windows OS. So try to practice. All you guys, I'm saying, if you want an entry level into a semiconductor company, this is the resume that you need to put, and each and every quality, each and every skill set you should be knowing. Okay. So sometimes this hangs. I'm again resharing it. So any questions, you please feel free to ask me now. If you are looking at a basic entry into a semiconductor company, that's the profile that you need to have, which is called as the lab technician or validation engineer. So you should have good understanding of OSI layers. So when you see the videos on YouTube, you imagine as though you are only doing it. That becomes an experience. So when you present in the interview, you can say, I have done it, I know it. At least you can say, I know it, I can do it. Instead of telling lies that I have done it, you say, I know the concept and I can do it. You are being honest. But some of our people like Vivek ji and Pratap ji, I did give them hands-on experience in a lab. Okay, that's the same thing that I'm asking for Chetanji to come to Bangalore and get hands-on experience, which he's not doing. I don't know for whatever reason. He wants to complete his Yakshagana in Mangaluru, I don't know. Okay. So until Yakshagana finishes, Chetanji will not come.
No, sir, not like that. I wanted to finish that foundation course and come because I don't want to focus on both the things. I just want to focus on my job. So,
See, for doing the hardware technician, lab technician, this um, I would say a restricted course or a sort of limited content. This is limited content. If you know these, if you do some soldering, if you do some troubleshooting, that is purely sufficient for a lab technician. I will leave it to you. You do it at your own pace. Now, hands-on experience, how to use a digital multimeter. Ideally, I want to give all this as a kit for all the joinees. I want to give this as a kit so that they do it in their home only. No need to come to Bangalore also. Okay, because to come to Bangalore, you need to spend at least 5 to 10,000 in a room. The same thing you invest on this hardware, you get hands-on. So iCard Solutions, 2018 to 2019. This is something you need to get permission from the previous employer. Else you may get a verification call. And if the iCard Solutions don't tell that he was working, you may be blacklisted. Saying that, mind it guys, all your profiles will be background verified. They will send one person to your home or college and they will verify it. Okay, diagnosing and resolving the issue. You need to add more details of here, Pratapji. Just 3 lines you have put. Now, automatic street light intensity based on vehicle movement. Where did you do this?
In college,
this,
sir.
you may get a lot of questions. Okay. For example, what is GSM? Do you know the full form? Pratapji,
Sir?
what do you mean by GSM? At least you know the full form. At least try to search in your laptop while I'm asking you the question. Okay, keep your mobile handy. Okay, whenever you get some questions you may not know, you try to get that concept. Ultimately, nobody wants to test your memory; they want to test your intent. So, if you put GPS, also you should know what it is, right? So, yeah, global simulation module, right? System for mobile communications. Now, Pratapji came in touch with Aptamitra since Jan 20, right? Or earlier than that?
No, sir, 20 only.
So again, change this italics and thing. So you write that. I can refer you, not an issue. I've been guiding you all these days. Ideally, his job was supposed to be confirmed in Feb March time frame, but due to the lockdown, right, we all got affected. Okay. So again, this Google Meet has some concerns about freezing screen. So I'm going to reshare again. If you have any questions, please ask me. And I'm spending this time only to tell you how to make a resume. Okay. And add more technical words. More technical words that you add, the more the value. Okay. And when you add that, be genuine about it. You should know. For example, Pratapji worked on the ODC project. He has not even put that data. I don't know why he thinks it's not useful, or I don't know. It's very, very
No, sir,
important.
no, sir, it's old resume. I didn't talk with this.
It's an old resume that you have put. This I have put now. Okay, this client site, I have put all these details. Task involves traveling to client site, which means this traveling word is very, very important because some boys don't prefer traveling. Some professionals don't prefer traveling. They'll say, I want to sit in one site and work. The traveling, if you're ready to travel, it speaks not about you. Okay, very, very important. So, now task involves traveling to client site, surveying the client ODC space, measuring the lab area, monitor the Ethernet ports, access points, audit the hub room architecture and its connections to user workstation. You have clearly mentioned, I've done extensive audit of 10 Intel ODCs. Now you have put Intel, right? That word Intel itself is going to add a lot of value to your resume. You're understanding, guys? For Intel network security compliance, then you put your strengths over here, which is low priority. Okay. Some people say leadership qualities. If I ask them to do something, they don't do it at all. I don't know what sort of leaders they are. Okay. A leader, if you say him anything, he will do it. But some people don't do it and they put leadership. Okay. And all this data, you better not put this, which is very, very discouraging to anybody. Don't put, you just put first class, second class. That's all. And paper presentation, third national conference, recent trends. This is something good. Paper presentation is something good that you can put. And this data, I would suggest don't put. If you put Telugu, and if the interviewer is a Tamil guy or a Marathi guy, he will hate you. On the other hand, you put Marathi and the interviewer guy is a Hindi guy, he'll say, I hate you. Okay, and don't put such things. Okay, there's a lot of things happening in the market. Personal things as little, email, mobile number, enough. Don't put too many things. And if he is from Dodballapur, he'll say, okay, nice, this guy is nice. But if he is from some urban area, he'll say, hey, this guy is a villager, I don't want to take him. So don't put such things. Okay, it's 8:30. I conclude my session. Do you have any questions?
No, sir.
Somebody has a question. I would say it's redundant, man. I don't know. This is a standard process, you know, one guy's resume, some other guy edits, and it has continued since ages. Some 20 years, the same resume somebody has made and somebody is going on updating. I would say, why do you need to say date, place, Bangalore and name? Why are you doing that? Why do you want to declare that? I don't know where, to whom you're declaring, I don't know. So be realistic, guys. Don't try to copy somebody's resume. You can create your own. As I said, some guys are putting photos and all. I see it is nice. Some guys put a CCNA in this right column. Okay, if you have done a certification, please put it. Be proud to tell that. And I am going to create that brand called ACP. I am an ACP certified professional or an Aptamitra certified professional. The moment you see that certification, you will be respected. That's the way we want to do. We are going to call it as an ACP certification. Aptamitra certified professional, which means they are CCNA, they are also MCSC, they are also ethically, they are also yoga certified, they know how to behave well, they know how to take leadership. All these things comes. Okay, I conclude. If you have any questions, please ask. Who told you PCB designing and networking is different? Who told networking is IT and not electronics? What is a network? What makes a network? That's a better way of asking. So, if you take a computer system, it will have an Ethernet port. Does your does your laptop have an Ethernet port? When I was speaking to one of my client, L&T Technologies, they said the lab engineer should know how to configure a network. You know that? I was asking, can you set an IP? Can you do a pinging? Yes. Lab technician should know how to configure a network. Why? Because when a system is given to you for test, an Intel system, for example, it has a network port. You need to test it. You need to know what's a network, right? You need to connect to the network and see if the system is booting via the network. Do you know OS can be installed over the network? Okay, there is a thin line of gap between lab technician and validation engineering. Lab technician is what he does is he just does the setup. He does a connection of Ethernet port to the system and see if connection is happening. That's all. A validation engineer, what he does is he thoroughly tests the fix. Okay, some new network patch has come that he will test at least 100 times. He is validating it. A new BIOS code has been given. He will fuse it, he will flash it, he will run it. He will run thousands of test cases like power on, power off, sleep cycles. So that is more of a validation engineer. Lab technician, he will enable the validation engineering. Understood? Yeah, yeah. See, first of all, I hope you didn't talk to any engineers there, correct? So you don't know what they were doing. Number one. Number two, they were having the system. They are not technicians. They were all validation engineers. Okay. If you have 50 validation engineers, you may have 2 technicians. Why do you need technicians? He'll do a rework. For example, some bug has been reported on the motherboard. Now we need to find why that bug has arrived, and you need to root cause the issue. Then they will find out due to the value of a resistor, the clock signal was not having rise time, fall time correctly. As a result, they have to change the value of resistor by desoldering and soldering it. That's the role of a technician. Okay. So lab technicians usually are the starting point in a semiconductor industry. I've seen many lab technicians graduate as managers, and one successful case also we saw with Jagan. Okay. But multiple lab technicians are still lab technicians only in the industry. Why? Because they didn't have a roadmap. Nobody told them that they could do many more things, or rather they didn't have any vision. Here, I would say being a lab technician is the backbone of your career. You can proudly say that you started your career as a lab technician. which nobody guided. See, even some 10 years in experienced engineer cannot solder and desolder, but a lab technician will do that. That's the strength of it. But even if you become a project manager also, that skill will still be embedded in your brain, where you can say, hey, I can solder and desolder. I think it is the basic trait of an electronics engineer or any engineer in the IT domain. They should have skills of soldering and desoldering. So since you all cannot come from Maharashtra, Nesaragi, Mangaluru and get hands-on experience, we are thinking of giving a low-cost kit, which you can do it at your home only. Okay, there'll be a small board that we will procure, maybe 200, 300 rupees, and a soldering station and some lead and a board file and schematics, which you can do on your own. Go on doing it. That gives an experience. Ideally, that kit should come somewhere between 1,000 to 2,000 rupees, which you can get hands on and put it on your resume. You'll get an entry point. Sounds good?
Yes, sir.
It's an hands-on experience. If you continue to remain in Optomitra, you will get 1 year experience certificate for sure. Just imagine, Corona continues, market situation remains same. Instead of just saying I was watching YouTube videos at home, somebody will like that you are part of an organization and daily you are being given experience in Optomitra, correct? Experience about subjects. Some of it is theoretical, some of it will be hands-on henceforth. We are working on a model. Yesterday also me and one of my counterpart, we are working on how to give hands-on experience, right? And the foundation course itself is an experience for your kind information, right? How to behave, how to run a meeting, how to be a corporate etiquette follower. All these things are experience only for your kind information. So, which you are getting it on your resume. Even if you just sit idle, that cannot be seen as a experience. But here you can proudly say that you have got experience. You compare yourself 2 to 3 months before and compare yourself now.
Right, sir.
You should be telling that I cannot tell.
Manjeshji, I have one. Besides this, even if you suggest us to do the open source tool, any project, it would be good, sir.
Open source, can you please elaborate?
Actually, on PDA and DFT and also on IC layout, we have many projects, open source tools, using open source tools. So if you focus on those also, it would be good for us.
Okay, very good point. So we are still in phase 1, Habibaji. Okay, so if I think Ankurji has made one write-up, okay, I think he will share it with you. Okay, that shows the approach. Actually, let me only share it and close the meeting. So that we all align as to how we are going to go forward, right? So let me just share that. 1 second and I'll close it for your kind information. So he has written a nice article, okay, and it's his experience. And so that if we have done it for one, even for others also, we can do it. So, are you able to see this?
Yes.
So, yeah, Ankurji, in your own voice, you can start telling.
Right, sir. Hello all, my name is Ankur Chandra Maurya and I'm a passionate hardware engineer. I started my career through BTech graduation in electronics engineering in 2014 from Ramrao Institute of Technology, which comes under University of Mumbai, after which I had hopes on getting a job in hardware industry. But due to lack of guidance and opportunities, I had to pursue activities in IT domain as a network engineer. So I continued to work for a few months before I set out to pursue my higher studies, that is MS in Electronics and Communication Engineering at Republic of Ireland. I completed my MS in Engineering and was looking for a job in VLSI passionately. Lack of opportunities and guidance again led me to IT domain, and I joined Wipro as a technical consultant for a year. During this time, I got in touch with a friend who guided me to complete a certification in VLSI. So I quit Wipro and came to Bangalore with the understanding that the knowledge enhancement in a chosen domain does help in the long run. I completed my VLSI design course from VLSI Guru Institute, and I was in a pursuit of job related into the VLSI domain. But by this time, Corona crisis had hit the semiconductor market. This was the third time I realized that it would take a while to get inside the VLSI industry. One day, VLSI Guru organized a job-oriented talk at their center. It was at that moment when a person came in my life. His name was Manjesh Ji, founder of Aptamitra Consulting, and it was under his guidance my hopes are now stronger to make a career in VLSI. Aptamitra approach is unique, where more importance is given for corporate work exposure while also achieving financial independence from parents. The understanding was given that getting into a hardcore development job in a semiconductor industry requires either a degree from IIT or KREC or a minimum 3 years domain experience for candidates from non-IIT or KREC institutions. Further guidance is for first 3 years enter into a semiconductor company by serving the ecosystem such as support, validation and debug. In parallel, continue to the network with mentors in the industry who can provide real-time hands-on work experience in the domain. So eventually you will end up in the core domain area of your choice. Through Aptamitra connects and also because of my past IT experience, an opportunity has been given to me to serve the ecosystem of a corporate which is a leader in the semiconductor industry. Its Unison mentor has been assigned who guides me on the real-time projects in VLSI post office hours. Through this approach, I am confident of achieving my career goal. This stresses the fact that one needs a mentor, a guide to understand your passion and to take you to the right direction. I'm thankful that I have joined Aptamitra and I no longer need to lose the hope on getting into the VLSI domain. I have an opportunity at the right time to earn and learn towards my passion. Regards, Ankur Chandra Maurya.
Okay, very well written. So we are in phase one, Habibaji. Okay, the approach of Aptamitra is like this. If you are from IIT or KREC, I have seen in Intel the first year only they have purchased, or the first year only they have given the offer letters. In Intel, Texas Instruments, Qualcomm, the graduates who are coming out of BTech, they are being given offer letters. So for other institutions, this is the only approach that I have. Okay. So having said that, if we give PD and whatever DFT, you will only keep on learning it without applying it, and which you may forget it. The idea over here is get into the industry, get the corporate exposure first. Don't worry about being a hardcore PD or hardcore DFT. You will learn it eventually. When you're into the industry, you will learn it. You will develop the networks and get it. Don't worry about it. Okay. So take the approach with great, I would say, faith. If you don't have faith in the approach, it's very difficult. You can continue to do whatever in your method you feel fine. But in Aptamitra, this is the way we are going to go. And this is again, we are not going to call IIT students to do this, because they will figure out a way. Their colleges arrange placements and they ensure that they get placements. Here I am trying to engage with people who are having a challenge getting a job.
Right.
Okay.
Right, sir.
So the approach is entirely for different section of the engineering community. And I personally am saying again, I met Vivek ji yesterday. Is the entire confidence that I see in him is improved. I would say the confidence is more important than what you know. Okay. And I am seeing Anup ji, his thought process has changed by visiting so many ODCs. Although his ODC visit has got nothing to do with DFT, but he has got a corporate exposure. Okay. So that is what I say is needed. Okay. And of course, now we have linked Ankurji and Anupji with Prashant Gadila. So they are in constant touch with them, right? Although the mentor was not happy with you people, be in constant touch with him, right? He is going to suggest what you need to learn, where there are opportunities. Again, in the industry, it is purely through network that you get a job. 95% it is purely through network, and 5% of course through your own effort.
Right, sir.
Whether you believe me or not, that's the reality.
Right, sir.
Good question, Abhibaji.
Yeah.
So, Ketki ji, did you share the link with Pratap ji? Or rather,
Yes.
Pratap ji, did you ask Ketki ji?
Yes, sir. I shared the Udemy credentials with him yesterday.
Good. Good. I appreciate. And even you can make a video session of it, Ketki ji. That makes your knowledge more strong.
Okay. Yes, sir.
And I can present it to a possible client, L&T Technology and HCL, when you're confident about it.
Okay, sir.
Okay. And I will send you a kit to your home of soldering and desoldering a board. And at the same time, we are waiting for opportunities in Jan and Feb for CSPV lab activities, which Ankur ji and Vivek ji are doing. So you, Chetan ji, Habiba ji, Pratap ji are all next in line. Okay.
Okay, sir.
On top priority. We'll see if it can be remotely supported also. Meaning work from home.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So please have faith in it. Please continue to have faith in it and continue to do whatever you're doing. Okay.
Yeah, sure.
Yes.